1, a game with countless endeavors. We begin our journey by quickly naming ourselves chef and starting a new game. As we woke up the next day, we wondered where our journey would take us, what endeavors we would encounter. And with our first steps, we realized that we were in a different location than the demo, that this was something new. We quickly started off our journey by grabbing our clippers and trimming the plant as the instructions said. Once completed, we had all of our brand new goods and we started packaging. Once the packaging was finished, we grabbed our water can, filled it up like the instructions told us to, and then we watered our plant over here that seemed to be dying because it didn't have any water whatsoever. After we had finished watering, it was time to finally open up the phone and see what was going on with our customers and get this product finally sold. After scheduling times and realizing I didn't have the ability to barter nor counter, that I just had to schedule it, I just finished scheduling all of them. And then we started heading off to our next task, talking to Uncle Nelson. So we headed out our RV for the first time in this playthrough and talked to our Uncle Nelson, who previously in the demo we had only talked to through the phone. We had never known that he was handicapped or in a wheelchair. And now, Uncle Nelson wants us to drive into town, sell our stuff, and also pick up some stuff from his quote-unquote friends. He said it's already paid for, so all we gotta do is get going. All I did was just put away the trimmers and finally hop in the truck. It's go time. As we arrive, we quickly park our truck and get ready to deliver the goods. We hop out, quickly run over to the hardware store, realize we don't need anything in there, and quickly grab our stuff from the trunk. Then proceed to deal to Andy, Joe, and last but not least, our boy Doug, who then proceeds to tell us that his friend Chelsea might be interested. So we quickly open up our contacts and get a first look at how the contact map works, see that Doug is connected to Chelsea, and quickly run over to Chelsea to offer her a free sample. We wait a second to see if she's going to enjoy this sample and become our new customer, which she does. Then we proceed to the hardware store where we need to buy 2 soil. We grab our 2 soil fairly quickly, and then we look outside and see that the cops were there waiting for us.
Nigga, the cops outside. Lock up the house.
Not happy with this, we realized we're going to be searched, but he gave us enough time to move it to a convenient location. As we go through this little silly search of him searching us, I didn't realize I could speed up the search, considering I just have 1 item till the very end. But he tells us that we're lucky this time, but he knows us and our uncle are up to something, and we gotta watch our back because the town won't tolerate us. We then arrive to Uncle Nelson's contact and pick up his package, and he says, are we gonna pay for it? Because Uncle Nelson, in fact, owes some money. But he says he's been good so far, and we can pick up the tab. But if we don't pay up, we'll be next in line. We then quickly proceed to put all of our stuff in our trunk and get ready to hop on out of here. When we arrived back home, we quickly ran over to Uncle Nelson to talk to him. He asked how we got on, and we told him that we got on okay, but what's up with those guys owing him the money? He just thanked us for doing the job and picking up the items, and then we proceeded to grab all of our items from the trunk, specifically the soil and a seed, and go plant our new plant in the pot. First we opened up the soil, ripped it open, poured out all that soil, watch it pour on. From there we just popped open the seed cap, moved all the soil patches, and transferred over to the water, where we quickly watered our plant and got ready to finish the day. We then went to sleep, where we woke up to something terrible. Cops were outside, and it seemed to have gotten Uncle Nelson. We quickly ran to this driver's seat, turned on the car, and dipped on out of there. We are not going to be the last ones to make it out. You're a small-time drug dealer from the South, in a fresh town with no cash, no product, and no contacts. You only know one way to make money. It's time to get to work. get us. Driving our big, beautiful RV on into this town. And we get an opening scene that's more beautiful than the demo's opening scene. Just look at this title. Schedule 1. And our journey is about to begin. We started off by quickly customizing our character and then continuing where we left off. We get a text from Uncle Nelson telling us we need to talk to him at a payphone. He says it's good to hear from us and we're glad we managed to slip out, but he's waiting for trial. He used to live out here before and it's not the nicest area, but it's good for our line of work, he says. He also says he has a few dead drops that are left for us to find. So we go find it in the 3 places that he left it for us. We're headed off to the fountain first. We quickly collect the fountain, then we collect the other 2 points, and we hear a big explosion. Quickly rush over to our RV where we find it in shambles, burning up, and we see a note. Welcome to Highland Point. This is our territory. Don't interfere. TB. We quickly rush over to a payphone and talk to Nelson. He says they're a powerful cartel and he didn't think we would run into them so quickly. He says we need somewhere low-key to stay and that there's a motel we need to grab. We quickly ran into the motel, talked to Donna, and rented our brand new room. We got room 1, so we ran right into our brand new motel and we immediately checked it out. It was pretty gross. We then proceeded to the hardware store to get a grow tent, our soil, and a watering can. We put all those things quickly together to buy from Dan and then realized that we didn't have enough money inside our ATM. So we went to the ATM, deposited some cash, and got ready to go grab our materials. Quickly running back to Dan, grabbing the materials, and then we headed on back to the motel where we quickly placed our brand new material and poured in our soil. I did this for whatever future plant we were going to be planting. Then we went and talked to Uncle Nelson where he said we're almost ready and we need some seeds. He gave us a supplier for them. So we quickly texted our supplier and ordered a dead drop of as many seeds as we could. He said it would take a few hours, and so we had to wait. So we dumped some trash and dumped some trash, collected some money from these. I got 39 bucks in this one, and up here I did 3 full buckets of trash and then collected $49. That was just some extra profit that we'd be able to use later on and spend on other materials that we are definitely going to need. We quickly ran over, grabbed the dead drop, and ran back to our motel before any cops could try and arrest us. We were not trying to get into any trouble with the law right now and get all our stuff taken away in the very beginning. We quickly planted our seed, then watered it. Professional water here. And then we headed on out to try and head to the hardware store because we wanted to buy the plant trimmers, the packaging station, and some baggies. So we quickly ran over there and got ready by depositing some money into the ATM. We then ran over to Dan's store to see that he's not even in there and then headed home. In which case we took our frustration out on the ATM in front of our motel. We then looked at everything, looked at our plant, had enough of the day, and went to bed. To see we got 100 XP from doing absolutely nothing day 1. Day 2 started in a normal fashion. We went to Dan's hardware store to purchase the trimmers, the packaging station, and some baggies. We started off with about 10 baggies. Then we proceeded to purchase. We got everything we needed except one trash bag, which we needed for the keeping it fresh mission. We then grabbed that trash bag, bagging up the trash that we had in our room, put it into the cash machine, and turned that cash machine on to get us an easy $12. Ran back to our room so that we could harvest our plant. We quickly used our brand new trimmers and harvested all of our brand new kush, then placed down the packaging station, placed the baggies in, and packaged our brand new kush. Once we were finished packaging, we collected it all, placed it up on the dealer website so people knew it was for sale, and instantly got a text that someone wanted some of our amazing kush. We were going to raise the price, but we saw it was already above, so we just scheduled it and instantly delivered our first deal to Austin, who wanted 3 OG kush. After delivering it to Austin, we went to go get some more soil and another grow tent to add to our setup. We then got a text right before heading back into our brand new motel that Kyle wanted 3 OG kush. So we quickly scheduled that for him and then proceeded to add our brand new setup. We added some soil and I watered both of these pots, not realizing that I did not plant any seeds, which later me will realize the big mistake I had made. We picked up our trash quickly and then proceeded to head off for Kyle's delivery. We earned ourselves $140. We then pickpocketed our product right back from Kyle because we did not grow any plants. We tried to get the cash too, but failed, and he ended up running away from us miserably. We then returned and offered Donna a sample to see if she would become a customer of ours. She gladly took our sample, tried it out, and decided that, we're pretty good. She liked us heavy. So we sold her the rest of what we had right then for a $10 upcharge. After that, we scheduled another deal for today to get rid of one of our OG kush. We gave it to Sam and then talked to Uncle Nelson on the phone. He said we need to expand if we want to make real money. The best way to get new customers is to give them free samples and to look at our map and give some customers some free samples. And that there's a room that we could upgrade to for $500. This is the moment we came back and realized that there were no seeds planted and that we were pretty much out of product. So we immediately planted the seeds, then looked at the map fully. I realized that I was pretty tired by the end of this episode, and even just doing this little bit had taken a long time. And so I decided after looking at this huge brand new map that this is where I'd end off the episode. Thank you guys so much for joining and watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to drop a like and subscribe and tune in for the next episode.